We're always told that success is all about finding your motivation. But what if that's just wrong? Today, we're not just talking about building habits. We're going to dig into a blueprint for success that's built on something way more reliable: the architecture of discipline. So let's just dive right in with a pretty bold, maybe even shocking idea. Motivation is the biggest lie you've ever been told. Now, I know that probably goes against everything you've ever heard about hitting your goals, but just stick with me here because there's a powerful truth hiding behind this. And here's why that statement really hits home. Motivation is a feeling, right? It's an emotion. And just like any other emotion, it comes and goes. It's awesome when you're on a roll and everything is going great, but it completely vanishes the second life gets tough, the moment you're tired, stressed, or you just plain don't feel like it. And this whole reliance on a feeling that's so unpredictable, well, it traps us. It traps us in this pattern that's super predictable and, honestly, pretty painful. Let's call it the cycle of failure, and it shows exactly why having good intentions just isn't enough to make a real change. I mean, does this look familiar to you? It kicks off with this huge burst of inspiration. You start a brand new habit, you promise yourself, okay, this time it's different. And for a few days, maybe even a week, it is. But then a bad day happens. And just like that, everything falls apart. The gym visits stop. The book stays on the nightstand. The goals just fade away. But the real damage from this cycle isn't just the broken habit. It's the story you start telling yourself after it happens. You start to believe that something is fundamentally wrong with you, that you don't have enough willpower, that you're just lazy, or that you're just not one of those people who can succeed. Okay, but I want you to consider a totally different way of looking at this. Let's ask a new question. What if the problem was never about your character or how much inner strength you have? What if the problem isn't you at all? This right here is the game changer. There is nothing wrong with you. You are just using the wrong system. Seriously. Relying on motivation is like trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand. It's a flawed design right from the very beginning. So if motivation is a busted system, what's the alternative? Well, the solution is in a huge shift in how we think. Understanding that discipline is not a personality trait. It's a system. And that is the real difference. Let's break this down. It really is a tale of two mindsets. Motivation is emotional. It completely depends on how you feel in the moment, which makes it totally unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is structural. It depends on the decisions you've already made, which makes it repeatable, day in and day out, no matter what your mood is. This means we need a whole new definition. Discipline isn't about gritting your teeth and forcing yourself through misery. No way. It's a structure you build around your goals. It's not some magical feeling you have to wait for to show up. It's the architecture for your life. Think about the most consistent, successful people you know. They don't wake up hoping for motivation. They wake up committed. They build systems that completely remove that morning debate of, should I or shouldn't I? For them, the decision to go to the gym isn't made at 6 a.m. when they're tired. It was made weeks ago when they built the system. They've literally engineered their lives to make the hard things automatic. Okay, so we've covered the whys and the why. Now let's get to the good stuff, the practical how-to part. We're going to walk through 3 disciplined actions you can take to start building your own system, like today. Here it is, your toolkit. It's not rocket science, but I promise you each of these 3 tools is incredibly powerful. We're going to make your environment work for you, not against you. We'll use the 2-minute rule to make starting almost effortless, and maybe most importantly, we are going to end that little internal debate that kills all our progress. All right, rule number 1, engineer your environment. The whole goal here is to make the good decisions the easiest decisions. Your willpower is a limited resource, so let's stop trying to rely on it. Instead, change your surroundings. You want to read more? Put a book on your pillow so you literally have to move it to go to sleep. Want to exercise in the morning? Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Remove every little bit of friction. Next up, rule number 2. Follow the 2-minute rule. So often we fail because our goals are just way too big at the start. The key is to start so small that it feels ridiculous not to do it. Don't aim to write a book, aim to write just 1 sentence. Don't commit to a 1-hour workout, just commit to putting on your gym shoes and walking for 2 minutes. These tiny actions, when you repeat them every day, build into unstoppable habits. And finally, rule number 3. You have got to stop negotiating with yourself.
Your brain is hardwired to seek comfort and avoid difficulty. It will always come up with amazing excuses to take the easy path. That little back and forth negotiation in your head is exhausting. It just drains your mental energy. Disciplined people don't waste time on that debate. They just execute the plan. The decision was already made. End of story. So when you put all this together, what it really boils down to is a single, powerful choice that you face every single morning. This is your day one choice. The power isn't in the future. The power is right now. And this is the choice, right here, in 4 simple words. One day. That's a nice little fantasy, isn't it? It's a wish that lives somewhere off in the future where it's safe. But day one, well, that's a decision. That's an action. That's something that happens today. And that choice is always, always yours to make. Because here's the ultimate truth of it all. The life you actually want isn't built in some huge movie montage moment of inspiration. Nope. It's built quietly, in the small, sometimes boring decisions that you repeat every single day. Consistency, that's the real magic ingredient. And once you really accept that, you realize that we've been asking ourselves the completely wrong question this entire time. The question that's going to determine your future is not, are you motivated today? The real question, the one that will actually define everything for you, is much simpler and, let's be honest, a whole lot harder. When the motivation is gone, when you're tired, when every single part of you is screaming to just quit, will you show up anyway?